Good morning, everybody. RV living with the geezer. Down here in the big city, and it's getting bigger all the time, of Weatherford, Texas. And just get out here in this traffic. My favorite, as y'all know, it's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, we just came down. Linda and Brian left to go back to Elgin this morning. A lot of people pronounce that town Elgin, but actually the people that live there, it's Elgin, Elgin, just east of Austin. So they left this morning, so I followed them. They had to go through Weatherford getting home. So I followed them down here because I needed to go to HEB and get my Mix-La half corn, half flour tortillas that I like so much. I'll stock up on them. But see how this traffic is down here? It's like this all day long. So one of Linda's favorite places to eat is Sunny Street Cafe. So we went there and had breakfast this morning. Fit right into my diet too. They had an egg white omelet on there with peppers and tomatoes and onions, mushrooms, some Mexican style cheese, and then they had really good, they have home fries. I just ate a few of those. Gave a couple to Lily and a couple to Luna. I brought Luna down. And then they took off, went going home, and I brought Luna over. Weatherford is a city that's full of beautiful parks. So I took Luna over to a park. We did some walking. I should have done this video out there. It's a lot prettier than seeing a bunch of license plates in front of us, you know. But now I'm heading out. I'm heading east, and I hope it's not into the sun too much. I'm heading over to the one HEB that's out here. There'll be many more soon, but they've had this one here 3 or 4 years already. It's out here on the eastern edge of Weatherford. And I'm going to pick up my tortillas, like I say, and I'm going to look for a couple of different types of plant-based stuff. And I'm going to try to find some bread that doesn't have as much sugar in it as that Dave's Killer bread. They call it Dave's Killer bread. Supposedly it's real good for you. It got a bunch of whole grains and everything, but it's got sugar. It's got more sugar in it than I like. So it tastes really good, especially toasted. But anyway, and I'm going to try to get in and out of HEB pretty quick. It's already, well, it's only 67 degrees, so I crack all the windows open. Luna will be fine. But yeah, this is Highway 180. It runs east and west for quite a ways. And it's part of what was known as the old Bankhead Highway back in the like 1930s, I believe. And you might want to look a history up on that. It's pretty interesting. I won't get into all of it here. And then this morning we had a little excitement. I heard the dogs really barking. Not a playful bark. They were right next to my trailer, and I didn't know if one of them was fighting with really fighting with another one. So I opened the door up, and as soon as I opened the door up, Luna was already outside. As soon as I opened the door up, I got a strongest whiff of skunk I've ever had, I think. And I looked down, and on the side of the house, Hank had a skunk in his mouth by the tail, of all places. And needless to say, Hank got showered. I mean, I think some of it even went down in his, I hope it's not harmful if they get it in their lungs or whatever. I think some of it went down his throat. And he's miserable. He went and jumped in the water trough. Then he went and rolled around, so you can imagine that big old beautiful white Pyrenees is now mud, caked in mud, and smells like you know what. And I'm gonna get a big old can of tomato juice, I guess. If anybody knows a foolproof method of bathing them to get that smell off, put it in the comments if you would, because I'll go ahead and upload this one when I get home. I always heard tomato juice. I'm just going to buy it here at HEB and have it at the house, in their house. I'll let my son do though. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm sorry, Hank, but maybe if he has to live with it all day, maybe it'll teach him a lesson. I doubt it though. The way they're bred, they are protectors, and that skunk was going under the house, and my son's got a board there, and there's one little hole, but behind that it's got like cinder blocks back there, and I have no earthly idea how that skunk could slither through that tiny space. That's how Hank caught him, was he was trying to get in that little hole. And we know they live we know they're getting under the house, and so evidently that's exactly where he's getting under the house. Well, looks like the old police got him a client there. So yeah, that started the day off. I told Stephanie she was on her way to work, and she'd taken the girls to school when this happened. And she came back to the house. I texted her, and she came back, and I said, I hope this isn't an indication of being a really bad Monday for anybody, because Hank's going to have one. All businesses out here, guys, solid. We're actually out of Weatherford now. We're in a city of its own called Hudson Oaks. But yeah, we had a real nice breakfast this morning, and they've got a beautiful day to travel back to Elgin. So it was a very nice visit, and Remy's birthday party yesterday was perfect. The wind died down. It was cool. Remy, they had that cotton candy machine out there, and they had a beautiful cake. And I didn't video it. I don't like videoing other people's kids. It's just not a good idea to do that, in my opinion. That's just me talking. The other creators can, you do you, and I'll do me. Thank you, Rusty. But yeah, I don't like videoing other people's kids, and that's why I didn't video Remy's first softball game. She started pitching, and she did extremely well. I think I already told you all that. So I was real proud of her. That kid's she got a lot of grit in her. All right, guys, that's the HEB sign in front of us. 110,000 square foot store, and I guarantee you it will be packed with people. They'll eventually build a bunch more up here, but it's the only one in this area of northwest Fort Worth. So it is always crowded. I get in there. I only need 4 or 5 things. I'm gonna get in and get out. And then there's a back way to go back to Boyd, which I always take. Very little traffic on it. So we'll be talking to y'all later. Have a great week. Happy Monday. Bye-bye. Adios.